Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development. Karibu sana, Waziri.
Good morning. Hamjambo. Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, the Honorable Professor Kithure Kindiki, distinguished delegates, fellow Kenyans, I welcome you this morning and heartily, particularly those from outside the Republic of Kenya. I am told that there are some 85 or so countries represented here, and I want to recognize those people who may be from outside the Republic of Kenya. If you are not a Kenyan, please raise your hand. If you are not a Kenyan, oh wow, please give them a lot of applause. And we have got, in my church, we have got a practice what we have, so that if you are next to somebody, if you are a Kenyan, and you are next to somebody who is not a Kenyan, please shake their hands. Please keep your hands up so that we know where you must leave. You cannot leave Kenya without shaking at least one person's hand. And there is a lonely one right at the back there. Please somebody walk there and shake their hands, because there is a guest. He must be from South America from the way he looks to me, but then again you never know. So distinguished guests and fellow Kenyans, first and foremost, let me take this opportunity to thank His Excellency the Deputy President for finding time to come here. We spoke yesterday. We agreed we are going to come to meet here at 9 o'clock. But His Excellency was so passionate about the whole thing about sugar that he actually got here before me. So Your Excellency, I want to particularly thank you and to really appreciate your time. I know the kind of schedule that you run, and therefore when you are here and you have come to welcome our delegates as well as meet the Kenyans who are here, we are particularly grateful, and I want you to know that we do not take it for granted. Before I say one or two things, let me also recognize one or two colleagues who are here. Since they are foreigners here, I want to show them how our members of parliament look like. You might think that they look different. So I want to first introduce John Bire, who is a member of parliament from Taveta. That gentleman is an elected person. So those of you in the sugar sector who carry out elections, this one is another one who is elected. I also want to introduce Eli Letipila. Eli, please stand up. From Samburu, from the area of Samburu North. Then I also want to introduce Cecilia Ngiditit, women's rep from Turkana. Karibuni sana, please feel welcome. So in Kenya, we have a saying that, and I don't know how many of you know it so far, because it's very small, it's very easy to remember. It's called Hakuna Matata. I don't know whether you know that phrase, Hakuna Matata. Yeah, so if you don't remember anything else from Kenya, please remember two things. The first one is Jambo. Yes. Jambo, you all know Jambo. This is not a lesson in sugar, it's a lesson in language. Jambo, and the second one is Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata simply means that you can have all the fun you want in Kenya and there are no big issues. We are not a troublesome people. We are a happy people. And when I look around the room, I see also delegates from happy nations. So let me just say that agriculture in Kenya, and I will specifically want to welcome you as a CS for agriculture, where the sugar sector lies. We are particularly delighted that you chose this country to be the venue for this 68th sugar seminar, and I want to particularly thank the management and the authorities and the committee of the council for choosing Kenya. We want you to know that we are grateful. We feel honored that you chose our country to be. And particularly you chose Diani, which is one of our beautiful areas. And I cannot say anything else except that because the governor is here. You can imagine what you'd do if I didn't say that it was beautiful. So Governor, I want you to know that we are also happy that you welcomed us to your county, and we are delighted to be here in Diani. I think I need not repeat what has been mentioned here about the importance of the sugar sector in our nation and the 6 million people whose livelihoods depend directly on the sugar sector. But I also want to say that the cooperation between the county governments and the national government, which is a structure of management of agriculture in Kenya, has been particularly fruitful in the last 2 years or so. We have discovered, and I'm sure there are many models here, from various countries will be different models on how to manage the sugar sector. And we are here, I believe, as part of the conference, to also learn from each other what the best practice is. In Kenya, for example, we discovered that the private sector is a much stronger player, a much more efficient player in the sugar sector than the government sector. So, hallelujah to those who have government sectors that are managing the sugar belt well. But in this country, our experience is that the private sector has been very, very efficient. And I want to thank the private sector players in Kenya, and both those from Kenya and those from outside the country, who have invested in our nation and have reaped benefits from the investments in the sugar sector. And to say to the international community who are represented here today that we continue to seek for other investors in the sugar sector, so that if you are here and you are fishing for investments in the sugar sector, please do not go away. There are investment opportunities here, including the county in which you are. So if you want to invest in sugar and live nicely on the beach, even as you work, this is a nice place for you to think about investment. So we are, in our model of management of sugar, we have chosen to lease those government-owned factories to the private sector, and we have seen immediate benefits in the last 12 months only. We have seen the private sector change the plight of our farmers to beneficiaries and people who are liquid and can therefore participate in the larger economy that we run in our nation. We have also focused completely on the farmer. The farmer is the most important person in the sugar sector. And I say this without any fear of contradiction. These are the people that the governor was alluding to. These are the people who wake up in the morning. From the farmer, we have got the sugarcane cutters, people who are very efficient workers who cut sugarcane, and sometimes there are snakes in those places as well. I know that it is the same in your countries as well. But there are sugarcane cutters, whether mechanized or not mechanized. We know that there are workers who are in those sugar sectors. But there is a tendency for us globally, as a global community, to focus so much on the sweetness of sugar, on the trade of sugar, on how sugar, the commodity of sugar, that we forget that without those people, if we do not, as a global community, if we do not address the plight of the farmer, the plight of the sugarcane cutters and other sugarcane workers, if we do not focus and think about those people, then our industry can be threatened, not from outside, but from within. I think the second factor that I want to highlight, Your Excellency, has to do with the byproducts of sugar. And to say that in our nation, and this is something we want to learn from the best in the industry, in our nation, the sugar sector is focused purely on table sugar, so to speak. But there are many, many byproducts, and especially as we face the Middle East and hear of now a very famous place called the Strait of Hormuz, we now begin to think about ethanol very seriously, and the place that ethanol can play in terms of fueling the economies and the industries that we run, and the motor sector. So for us, we would like to invite those of you who are here to work with us in co-generation in ethanol production, so that even as we think about the table, we also think about other activities. And I'm aware that in some countries represented here, sugar is a byproduct of the activities that happen in the sugar sector. This is information that hopefully we will share. In the next 2 days, in the next 3 days that we are here, let us share this information together. Because when everybody is efficient in the world of sugar, when everybody is doing the best that they can, then the world is that better off than it is when some are inefficient and some are efficient. So, Your Excellency, distinguished guests who are here today, I think today is a day for His Excellency to tell us and to tell you what he would like to do. On my part, what I would like to do as a final gesture to you is to simply say to you that you are most welcome. I hope that before you leave this country, you will not just have spoken about sugar. There are very many other things that happen in this country, and you just need to walk around the beach and you'll see them. You just need to visit in the evenings and you see the nightlife that we can offer you, even for good Christians. There is a place for everybody in our nation. So we would like you to take this opportunity to see Kenya, and hope that you will have a fantastic time. We hope that your memories of this nation will not just be about the beautiful conference that we attended in Diani, but also the beautiful environment and the beautiful people that you met. Climate change is with us. We will see that as you walk around, and climate change is affecting our sugar sector, but these are issues that we all face everywhere in the world. For now, karibuni Kenya, mujienjoy Kenya, na hakuna matata. On that note, Your Excellency, may I take this opportunity to welcome you to speak to the distinguished guests. If you would just stand up so that we can introduce His Excellency to come and make a speech.
Thank you. Please be seated.